One of the most massively transformative habits that I have implemented in my life is that of meditation. The simple fact is, meditation is the means by which we are able to renew our minds on a daily basis. For years, I had heard meditation was an effective way to control the mind and to actually have clearer thoughts and to have a more calm presence. But it wasn't until I was listening to this Australian bodybuilder on the Tim Ferriss Show that I decided to actually give meditation a try.
I've heard you mention transcendental meditation in passing briefly. Do you meditate?
I got heavily into it in the 70s. And I remember there was a time in my life where I felt like everything is just kind of coming together, and I did not find a way or couldn't find a way of keeping the things separate. So it was always when I was thinking about it at the same time my bodybuilding career, I was thinking about my movie career, I was thinking about the documentary Pumping Iron that we're shooting right now, and the movie Stay Hungry that we just finished shooting, and my investment in the apartment building, and do I get the financing from the bank, and all of this kind of stuff was always coming together. And at the same time, I was training for the Mr. Olympia competition in South Africa. And I was training right here at Gold's Gym. And I remember there was all the camera equipment around, 5 hours a day in my face. And then someone in the middle of squatting was trying to change the battery pack on my lifting belt and all this stuff. So I was like, eventually I felt like I got to do something about it because I have such great opportunities here. And everything is happening and everything is going my way. But I'm just clustering everything into one big problem rather than separating it out and having calm and peace and being happy.
Then I heard Tim Ferriss say that the greatest common factor of all of his high performers that he had interviewed on his show was meditation. Putting these two things together made me decide to give it a try. And I tell you what, it has been a complete game changer for me. It has been one of my greatest massively transformative habits. Our mind is constantly racing. We constantly have this monkey brain trying to tell us everything that we're not doing, but we should be, no matter what we are doing at that time. In fact, our brain has a way of telling us when we are actually focusing on something, everything else that we cannot do in that moment. So we have to find a way to tame the monkey brain. And that is one of the things that meditation will do. One of the best episodes of the I Love Lucy show is where Ethel and Lucy have gone to work at a chocolate factory, and they're on an assembly line trying to wrap all the candies, and eventually the candies just start coming and they cannot keep up. This is how our mind works. We have too many things going on at once to keep control of all of it. So what we have to do is to slow down, process our mind, and then keep the flow going smoothly. This has had a profound change on my life. I remember one time I told someone that I started to notice trees for the first time. It's kind of like my brain used to be like in this scene from the Great Outdoors.
I'll tell you what I see when I look out there, if you want to know.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I see the underdeveloped resources of northern Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. I see a syndicated development consortium exploiting over $1.5 billion in forest products. I see a paper mill, and if the strategic metals are there, a mining operation. A greenbelt between the condos on the lake and a waste management facility, focusing on the newest rage in toxic waste, medical refuse, infected bandages, body parts, IV tubing, contaminated glassware, entrails, syringes, fluid, blood, low-grade radioactive waste, all safely contained, sunken in the lake, and sealed for centuries. Now, I ask you, what do you see?
I just see trees.
One sees all of these business possibilities whenever he looks across this beautiful lake at the trees. The other just sees trees. I used to be Roman Craig, but the older I get and the more that I've learned to control my thoughts and control my mind, I've become more of the Chet Ripley. I enjoy seeing the trees. I enjoy seeing the beauty around me and processing it and not letting my mind wander into 4, 5, 6 dimensions ahead of me, instead just staying in a present place. This will become, if you allow it to, a massively transformative habit. So, in continuing to improve your mind, never stop improving, always in all ways. Make it a massively transformative habit to meditate, slow down, breathe, and constantly renew your mind. I'm Jason, and I'm out.